Hello, and thank you for joining us for this webinar. My name is Josh Planos. I'm the Vice President of Marketing, Communications, and Public Relations at the Better Business Bureau. And today we're going to talk about our recognition programs, specifically the Torch Awards for Ethics, the Spark Awards, and the Rising Champion Awards. If you're interested in applying for the Torch Awards for veteran-owned businesses, it is the exact same setup as the Torch Awards program. The only difference is that you'll check a box indicating that your organization is at least 51% owned or operated by a veteran. So if that's why you're here for the Veteran Torch Awards, you're in the right place too. These initiatives are made possible by our Education Foundation. They have been instrumental in spotlighting and ethical businesses within our service area, which includes Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and South Dakota. If you own and operate a business outside of those states, chances are there is a recognition program for you. It's just not facilitated by our Better Business Bureau, which we call BBB Midwest Plains. So these programs will honor leaders, businesses, and nonprofit organizations that put integrity and ethics first. There are so many recognition programs and awards out there. These are truly the only ones that are centered around ethics and integrity. All information regarding eligibility for these programs is available on our website, bbbinc.org. I will actually start by taking you to our website so you can see exactly where you need to go. So if you go to bbb.org and you use this geolocator in the top right corner, it should take you to BBB Midwest Plains if you are within our region. You can also, as I mentioned, use bbbinc.org to get you here. So here, you'll scroll down to find recognition programs. You'll click into that tile, and then all of the information regarding eligibility, the different programs that we offer is all available right here. Another shortened URL to get you here is bbb.org/MWP awards. But again, all of that's available through our landing page as well. The application process for each of these recognition programs is completely digital. It is all handled online. Applicants will compete against one another in their respective sub-service areas. We have 5 of those. Omaha and Southwest Iowa, Lincoln and Greater Nebraska, Kansas Plains, Kansas City and Western Missouri, and South Dakota. So if you're a Spark Award applicant from Bellevue, Nebraska, you would compete against other Spark Award applicants from the Omaha and Southwest Iowa region. For the Torch Awards, applicants also compete against similarly sized organizations in that area. Again, all of this information is available online, but we want this webinar to be as comprehensive as it can be. So the categories for businesses in the for-profit space are organizations with 1 to 4 employees, organizations with 5 to 10 employees, 11 to 24, 25 to 99, 100 to 249, 250 to 499, and 500 or more. And then in the nonprofit space, those categories are a little bit more general. The categories are nonprofits with 1 to 24 employees, and then nonprofits with 25 or more. We do this because it's important that smaller businesses not need to compete with enormous corporations and vice versa. So to get back to the subservice area part, if you're a Torch Award applicant from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and you have 5 employees, you would compete against other Torch Award applicants from the state of South Dakota with 5 to 10 employees. And if you're an applicant from Overland Park, Kansas, with 700 employees, you would compete against employers with 500 or more employees from the Kansas City and Western Missouri region. Again, many of these details will be taken care of by us on the back end. So you just simply need to input your information and we will handle the rest. Here are a few important pieces of the eligibility criteria that we think are important to address right up front. First, there are no costs associated with applying for or winning any of our awards. There is no charge, there is no payment needed to collect. These are made possible by our Education Foundation. Second, you don't need to be BBB accredited to be eligible for our programs. However, you must be in good standing with the BBB, which we define as by having at least a B letter grade. If you have additional questions about that, you can certainly reach out to us at communications@bbbinc.org. We would be happy to answer those questions for you. Third, all of our programs rely on an independent panel of judges to decide the winners. So we at the BBB, we are not deciding who wins our programs. These panels are deciding who wins these programs. And these panels are comprised of business and nonprofit leaders within our service area, many of whom have previously won an award through our recognition program opportunities. Again, more information on eligibility is available online. We have a very, very thorough FAQ page, which I would encourage you to check out. Let's start by taking a look at the application. So to begin, we will look at the Torch Awards for Ethics application page. So again, here we are back at the recognition programs landing page. You'll scroll down to Torch Awards. You'll click Learn More. And if you scroll down, you will see the application page here. You'll see at the bottom of this page, and again, this looks quite like a lot of information. This is really just a comprehensive breakdown of the application itself, which counties are eligible, things like that. If you scroll all the way down, though, you will see the Save button. This will be your friend. Once you click this, you will receive a prompt to input your email or to copy the URL so you can pick right back up where you left off. This is going to be your best friend throughout this process, so you don't need to input all of the requested information, all of those variables at once if you don't want to or you don't have the time to. Our criteria for these awards follow the International Association of Better Business Bureaus model, which is the 4 Cs: character, culture, customers, and community. The most important thing is to answer the question that you are given. What's the listed criteria, and how do you fulfill it? The biggest suggestion that we have is to not do it all at once and to always have somebody else, either within your business or a spouse, a friend, someone else, read your answers first before you submit them. We can all benefit from a second set of eyes, especially on something like this. If you're a bigger business, you can ask those within certain areas of the company for support or input. You can meet as a group to discuss it. But it's always best to involve other parties if possible. So to begin, you'll click the Start button. You go down here. This is your cover sheet. So it's going to ask you for some basic information about your organization. There is the ability for you to connect with a past winner to help you with your application if you so choose. If you want, you would select yes on this box, and we will do everything we can to connect you with somebody. This, of course, depends on the timing of your request, but we will do what we can to support you. There is also no expectation that an applicant do this. We just want to provide this as an opportunity for past award winners to give back and certainly to have all of your questions answered along the way. So again, you'll fill out this information, which I will just include some basic run-of-the-mill variables to advance. Here are those categories that we mentioned. How many employees does your organization have? Things like that. Here's where you would input where you heard about this program. So maybe you heard about it from a BBB employee. Maybe you heard about it from social media. Maybe you heard about it from a past award winner. This information is really helpful for us as we look to ensure that our entire service area is canvassed to the best that we can control for that. We certainly want everyone to be eligible and available to participate in this program if they are interested. This is kind of a brief level section where we ask what rules and regulations your organization has in place. This is not meant to be punitive. All of these questions are really meant to get as comprehensive a sense as we can for your organization and what makes it tick. So you'd include all this information, and then you'd advance to the next slide, organization information. So again, we want to ask information about your CEO, the founder, the organization itself. I'm just going to quickly go through. and select a few dummy variables. We'll continue to the executive summary. So the executive summary is sort of just a high level bit of information. It's a way to synthesize everything that is a part of. So this is the executive summary. This is going to share a bunch of high level information about why your organization is deserving of this honor and this opportunity. And this is really a way to synthesize all the information you're providing to us. So again, we're just going to include some dummy variables and advance to the first criteria. Okay, so the first criteria is character. You'll be asked to discuss the character of the leader of the organization and what that person's ethics are, how that person empowers the staff to carry out the organization's commitment to building and maintaining ethical business practices. So if your organization or your president or your leader or your owner has a code of ethics, this would be a really good place to put that. Indicate that it's your code, it's what you do to enhance ethics of the company, and show how you carry it out. This can be a personal statement from the leader's commitment to ethical business practices. You can have a description or evidence of the leader's participation in workshops, conferences, or trainings in ethics. You can talk about how the leader is transparent, how they value input from their employees, from their customers, how they receive personal feedback, or how you receive personal feedback, rather, from your stakeholders. Please give examples. Judges love examples. Specific ones are, of course, even better. There's really no limit to what you can write. So just think about, if you were the judge, what would you want to hear about your company's ethics? This supporting documentation, the importance of that cannot be overstated. So many of the judges read over beautiful paragraphs of information about a company, and many more of them don't have examples, right? The examples are really a fantastic way to underline the work that you are doing and to provide that full-on transparency about these practices and these initiatives that your organization is spearheading. Judges really like having examples. It breaks up the cadence of reading paragraph after paragraph, and it shows the impact in ways that words frequently cannot capture, right? So if you can, try to upload supporting documentation for every criteria if you have it. So again, I'm going to advance to the second criteria. The second criteria is culture. Your ethical culture is supposed to illustrate how your organization works toward a culture of trust through clarity of purpose, empowering employees, and opportunities for growth. This gives you a lot of leeway, right? This is where you can say how you treat your employees because it's focused on them. What you do to motivate them, what kind of perks you give them, what kind of rewards do they get? What are the benefits of working for your organization? How do you go above and beyond in serving your employees? We know that when employees are happy, they will serve you better. They will be better able to interact with your customers. And of course, a small company's answers are going to be extremely different from a large company due to resources and personnel. And the judges understand that. That's why they're judged separately. So if you're a small organization and you feel like you only have 2 employees, the expectation is not that you have a full-on wellness program, right, for that organization. It's going to be measured, the application is going to be measured against the personnel that you have at your disposal. Okay, so the third criteria is going to be customers. This is where you'll tell the judges how you treat your customers, what you're doing to keep them, and what do you do to get new ones. How do you advertise? How do you empower your employees to proactively address issues experienced by your customers? We all know that customers have issues, and this is a really great place to put in some examples of a difficult customer and how you handled them. And let us know your results. Did you keep that customer? Did they become a loyal one? This is really an opportunity to show judges how you go above and beyond to maintain transparency with your customer base. In a previous year, we had a concrete company apply, and they told us that no matter what the company did, they couldn't satisfy this customer. So, at their own expense, with their own people, They completely redid a project at no charge to the customer. They told the judges that keeping that customer happy was more important than the time they lost. Those are the kinds of things judges are looking for. How you go above and beyond in serving your customers, and how you treat them, and how you train your employees to treat your customers. Okay, the last criteria is community. Here's where you'll display your organization's programs, contributions, and activities that return value to and support for your community. This one is extremely important to the judges because it not only is about, this program is not really only about what you do for yourself, for your employees, but really what you do to make your community a better place to live, to work, and to do business. So describe those programs or events that your business has in place. Show off how well-rounded you are as an organization. For a small company, maybe you volunteer here and there. Maybe you coach Little League. Maybe you have a food bank donation drive. Anything that's community-oriented, the judges want to know about. Some of you, for instance, provide pro bono work. Maybe you collaborate with law enforcement or other companies or organizations. If you collaborate, talk about those partnerships. You can talk about how your company values diversity, how it cultivates those values for the community overall. You can list your company's memberships and industry groups. These are all just suggestions, and you're not by any means obligated to use them. And you certainly don't need to use all of them unless you've got a really good application for each. But these are just some general ideas to help you out on the process. Again, get input and have somebody else read your answers before you submit your entry. Make sure you're addressing the criteria first and foremost. And, ensure you're not just talking about how great your company is, right? Make sure you're talking about exactly what the application is looking for, because the judges are staring both at the application and they're staring at the judge's rubric. So they know when, you're not answering the question that you've been given. And then when you're ready, ideally, right, you've uploaded all of the supporting documentation along the way. You will continue to the submit entry button. One last chance to synthesize your information. Include your signature, and you'll click submit entry. All right. And so then after that stage, the work is done. You'll wait to hear back from us. What's really cool about the Torch Awards is that there's an International Torch Awards component to it. So if you happen to win a local Torch Award, you are automatically entered for international recognition and the additional exposure that comes by going up against all of the other local winners across North America. We are very lucky to have had two recent winners of the International Torch Awards who were local winners first. And that is a fantastic recognition that both of those organizations were extremely proud to have garnered. Okay, so next, we're going to go on to the Spark Awards. Again, we're back at the recognition pages, program landing page. You'll click into Spark Awards. Spark Awards will take you here. You'll scroll down, and here's the application. It'll look very, very similar. There's still the ability to be connected with a past winner if you're looking for that guidance on your application. Completely voluntary. It's not a requirement at all. We just want to make it available to you. As a reminder, again, the eligibility information, all of that's available online. But probably the single most important piece of eligibility for the Spark Awards is that you must be 45 years or younger as of the date of the Torch Awards Luncheon, which is our signature event. We hold that annually in September. So 45 is really the number to know. Okay, so you'll put in your basic information. This does not have multiple pages since it is a shorter application form. So you'll just scroll down. You'll include all of this information. The criteria is very similar, as I mentioned. First criteria being character, second being culture, third being community. And again, all of the information we are looking for is included in these prompts. Same setup with needing to upload supporting documentation. I promise you it will strengthen your entry and your application. Judges want to see you show your work. So please include those opportunities to upload examples of your work. And finally, one thing that is different about the Spark Awards versus the Torch Awards is that there is a video element. This video does not need to be professionally shot. It certainly doesn't need to be long. The expectation is that it would be less than 2 minutes in length, but this is an opportunity to color outside the lines of the traditional application, showcase what sets you apart from your peers. And with that, you'll check these boxes, you'll click submit, and you'll wait to hear back from us. Lastly, we want to talk about a newer recognition program, which we call the Rising Champion Award. So this was new in 2024. It is the only recognition program we have that doesn't have an application at all. It is purely nomination-based, which means that nomination should be substantial, but it's open-ended and many people can take part in this initiative. This award is designed to recognize a community member who is working to advance the BBB's mission of marketplace trust. So in 2024, a middle school student earned this recognition by creating a scam prevention flyer and hand delivering it to area nursing homes after his grandmother sadly was victimized by a scam. But this recognition is intentionally open-ended. If you started a nonprofit organization that connects immigrants with trustworthy resources, that could be an example of advancing the BBB's mission of marketplace trust. If you're a reporter whose beat is business support or scam prevention, that could be an example. If you volunteer to support underrepresented groups to learn best practices about entrepreneurship and starting their own business, that could be an example. All you have to do is submit a nomination and wait to hear back. We only have one nomination form for all of our programs, and it uses contingent logic to tell you exactly what information we need from you. So based on checking this box for the Rising Champion Award, you would scroll down and you'd input this information and click submit and wait to hear back. So thank you again for the time today. All of this information is available at bbb.org/MWP awards, or by clicking on that recognition program tile, and you'll just select the program in particular that you want to learn more about. If you have any additional questions, please contact communications@bbbinc.org, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you so much.